Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Next English podcast, where we make learning fun today.
Hey friends, if you're new here, please subscribe and join our community now.
Today's topic is super important for all English learners out there listening.
We're talking about speaking naturally instead of sounding like a stiff robot.
This is something many students struggle with when learning English as a language.
Yeah, they memorize textbook phrases but sound unnatural in real conversations with people.
So let's dive in and learn how to speak like real people.
I'm excited about this because I see this problem all the time.
James, have you ever talked to someone who sounded really robotic in English?
Yes, actually. My colleague from work used very formal language always, unnecessarily.
What did that sound like? Can you give us an example here?
He would say things like, I am going to the restroom presently.
That's so formal. A natural speaker would just say, going to bathroom.
Exactly, or even more casually, they'd say, be right back, without explanation.
That's a perfect example of the difference we're discussing today with everyone.
So let's start with understanding what makes speech sound natural versus robotic.
Natural speech has a rhythm. It flows like music with ups and downs clearly.
Robot speech is flat, monotone, and uses overly formal words in conversations.
Think about how you speak in your native language with your friends.
You use contractions, you pause naturally, and you show emotions through your voice.
Contractions are super important, like saying don't instead of do not always.
In casual conversation, native speakers use contractions almost all the time, naturally.
Can you give us some common contractions that learners should use more?
Sure, instead of I am, we say I'm in normal conversation, daily.
Instead of I have, we say I've when talking with friends casually.
I will becomes I'll, and I would becomes I'd in speech patterns.
These small changes make a huge difference in how natural you sound.
Let's practice some sentences with and without contractions to compare them clearly.
Good idea. Say a sentence the robot way first, then naturally, please.
Robot way. I do not want to go to the meeting today.
Now say it naturally like you would to a friend or colleague.
Natural way. I don't want to go to the meeting today. Honestly, tired.
See the difference, everyone? The second one sounds like a real person.
Notice I also said wanta instead of want to, which is common.
Yes, in casual speech, native speakers often reduce words like that regularly.
Want to becomes wanna, going to becomes gonna, and natural conversation flow.
But be careful. These reductions are for casual speaking, not formal writing.
Exactly. You wouldn't write gonna in a business email to your boss.
Let's talk about intonation because it's crucial for sounding natural and expressive.
Intonation means the rise and fall of your voice when speaking sentences.
Questions usually go up at the end, like, are you coming tonight?
Statements usually go down at the end, like I'm going to store.
But excited statements might go up to show enthusiasm and energy clearly.
For example, that's amazing with rising intonation shows you're really excited there.
Can you demonstrate the difference between flat and expressive intonation here?
Sure, flat robot version. That is a very good idea indeed, sir.
That sounds like a computer from the 1980s right now.
Now natural version. Oh, that's a great idea. I love it so much.
Perfect. You can hear the emotion and energy in the second version.
Your voice went up and down, creating interest for the listener always.
Let's discuss filler words because they actually make you sound more natural.
Filler words are things like well, and here.
Textbooks tell you to avoid them, but native speakers use them constantly.
They give you time to think while speaking without awkward silence happening.
So it's okay to say when you're thinking of words.
Yes, it's much better than complete silence or stopping your sentence midway.
Let me give an example. I think, we should leave soon.
Or, well, I'm not sure about that decision right now, honestly.
These fillers make you sound human, not like a perfect robot machine.
But don't overuse them or it becomes distracting for listeners around you.
Everything in moderation is the key to natural sounding speech patterns.
Let's talk about using simple vocabulary instead of complex, fancy words unnecessarily.
Many learners think using big words makes them sound smarter in conversations.
But native speakers usually prefer simple, clear words in everyday life situations.
Instead of saying utilize, just say use in normal conversation with friends.
Instead of purchase, say buy because it's simpler and more natural sounding.
Complex words are fine in academic or professional writing contexts only.
But in spoken English, simplicity is actually better for clear communication always.
Can you think of other examples where learners use overly formal words?
Sure, saying commence instead of just start sounds too formal and stiff.
Or saying terminate instead of end or stop in casual daily conversations?
These formal words make you sound like you're reading a legal document.
Exactly. Nobody talks like a lawyer at a coffee shop casually.
Now let's discuss expressions and idioms that native speakers use all day.
Idioms are phrases where the meaning isn't literal from the individual words.
For example, piece of cake doesn't mean actual cake dessert at all.
It means something is very easy to do or accomplish without much effort.
You might say, that test was a piece of cake for me.
Another common one is break a leg, which sounds violent but isn't.
It actually means good luck, especially before a performance or important event ahead.
These idioms make your English sound natural and culturally authentic to native ears.
But you need to learn them in context, not just memorize lists.
Let's practice using some common idioms in natural sentences together now here.
Okay, how about it's raining cats and dogs outside right now, terribly.
That means it's raining very heavily, not actual animals falling from the sky.
Imagine if it literally rained cats and dogs everywhere around us.
That would be crazy, but the idiom just means heavy rain, clearly.
Another good one is hit the books, which means to study hard.
You might say, I need to hit the books tonight for tomorrow.
Or under the weather, which means feeling sick or not well today.
Like, I'm feeling under the weather, might stay home from work.
These expressions are used constantly in everyday English conversations by everyone native.
Now, let's discuss body language because it affects how natural you sound.
Even though this is audio, body language influences your voice tone quality.
If you smile while speaking, people can actually hear it clearly, surprisingly.
Your voice sounds warmer, friendlier, and more open when you're smiling naturally.
Try it, everyone. Say, hello, how are you today, without smiling first.
Now say the exact same thing, but with a big smile on.
You'll notice your voice sounds completely different with the smile on face.
Hand gestures help too, even if nobody can see you doing them.
They make your speech more animated and energetic sounding to listeners' ears.
I always gesture when I talk on the phone, even though pointless.
It's not pointless because it helps you speak more naturally overall.
Let's discuss speed of speech, because many learners speak too slowly, carefully.
They think speaking slowly makes them clearer, but it sounds unnatural often.
Native speakers actually speak at a moderate to fast pace normally daily.
But they also pause naturally between thoughts and ideas to breathe properly.
So it's not about speaking fast constantly without any breaks at all.
It's about matching the natural rhythm of conversation with appropriate pauses inserted.
When you're excited, you might speak faster to show that emotion clearly.
When you're serious, you might slow down for emphasis on important points.
This variation in speed makes you sound human, not like a machine.
Let's practice speaking a sentence at different speeds to hear differences now.
Slow robot version. I am going to the store now, everyone. Goodbye.
That sounds like you're a robot running out of battery power.
Natural version. I'm going to the store now. See you later, guys.
Much better. You sound like a real person with energy in life.
Notice I also added see you later, which is a natural farewell.
These little additions make conversations flow more smoothly and naturally every single time.
Let's talk about starting conversations naturally without rehearsed phrases that sound stiff.
Many textbooks teach how do you do, which nobody actually says anymore.
Instead, we say, hey, how's it going? Or what's up, casually to friends.
Or even just hey followed by a smile works perfectly fine.
The key is to sound relaxed and friendly, not formal and tense.
You can also comment on something in the environment around you both.
Like, nice weather today, right? Or this coffee smells amazing here.
These natural openers lead into real conversations much better than formal greetings.
Let's practice some natural conversation starters that you can use right away.
Imagine you're meeting a colleague at work in the morning hours early.
You might say, morning, how was your weekend? Do anything fun there?
That's perfect because it's casual and shows genuine interest in them.
Or at a party, you could say, hey, how do you know?
Asking how they know the host is a natural conversation starter.
These questions invite the other person to talk and share stories.
Now let's discuss showing emotions through your voice to sound more human.
Robot speech has no emotion. It's completely flat and boring to hear.
But when you speak naturally, your voice reflects how you're feeling inside.
If you're happy, your voice is higher and more energetic than normal.
If you're sad, your voice might be lower and slower in pace.
Anger makes your voice louder and more intense with sharp tones clearly.
Don't be afraid to show these emotions when you speak English language.
They make you relatable and help people connect with you emotionally deeply.
Let's practice saying the same sentence with different emotions to demonstrate this.
The sentence is, I can't believe that just happened to me today.
Say it like you're excited about something good that happened surprisingly well.
I can't believe that just happened. That's so amazing and wonderful.
Now say it like you're upset about something bad occurring, unfortunately.
I can't believe that just happened. I'm so frustrated right now.
Hear how the emotion completely changes the meaning and feel of words?
Your voice is a powerful tool for expressing yourself beyond just words.
Let's talk about asking follow-up questions in conversations to sound engaged.
Robot speakers often just answer questions and then stop talking completely awkwardly.
But natural speakers ask questions back to keep the conversation going smoothly.
If someone asks, how was your day? Don't just say, good, thanks.
Instead, say, good thanks, got a lot done. How about yours today?
That shows you're interested in them, not just answering like a survey.
Follow-up questions create a natural back and forth rhythm in dialogue.
It makes the conversation feel balanced, like a tennis match with words.
Can you give us more examples of good follow-up questions to use?
Sure, if someone mentions their hobby, ask, how long have you done that?
Or what do you like most about it to show genuine curiosity?
If they talk about their job, ask, what's a typical day like?
These questions demonstrate active listening and keep conversations flowing naturally and smoothly.
Now let's discuss using reaction words to show you're listening actively here.
Reaction words are short responses like, oh really, or no way, truly.
Native speakers use these constantly while others are talking to them directly.
They show you're engaged and following along with what they're saying clearly.
Some common ones are wow, seriously? That's crazy, and I see often.
You can also use sounds like or yeah regularly.
These little interjections make you seem interested and present in the conversation.
Without them, you might seem bored or distracted even if you're listening.
Let's practice using reaction words in a natural conversation example together now.
I'll tell a story and you react naturally, okay, James?
Sure, I'm ready. Go ahead and tell me your story now.
So, yesterday I was walking my dog and it started raining suddenly.
Oh no, did you have an umbrella with you there then?
No, and I was completely soaked within like 2 minutes outside.
Wow, that's terrible. Were you far from home at that time?
Yeah, at least 15 minutes away. Had to run the whole way.
I bet your dog loved the adventure though, right? Probably?
See, everyone, James used natural reactions throughout my story perfectly well today.
It's automatic when you're genuinely listening and interested in the person.
Now let's discuss varying your sentence structure to sound less repetitive now.
If every sentence starts the same way, it sounds monotonous and boring.
Mix it up by starting sentences with different words or phrases.
Instead of always saying I, try starting with other words sometimes.
Like, yesterday I went shopping instead of I went shopping yesterday, always.
Or honestly, I don't know, instead of I honestly don't know anything.
These small variations create a more interesting rhythm in your speech patterns.
You can also use questions, even rhetorical ones, to add variety.
A rhetorical question is one you don't expect an answer to, really.
Like, you know what I mean? Or isn't that interesting though?
These engage the listener and make your speech more conversational and dynamic.
Now let's discuss the importance of pausing at natural points clearly.
Many learners rush through sentences without pausing to breathe at all, properly.
But pauses are essential. They give listeners time to process information.
They also make you sound more confident and in control of conversation.
Where should you pause when speaking naturally to sound better overall?
Pause after completing a thought or before starting a new idea clearly.
Pause after commas if you are reading something aloud to an audience.
And definitely pause between sentences to let your words sink in deeply.
A good pause is about 1 to 2 seconds, not too long.
Longer pauses can seem awkward unless you're emphasizing something important deliberately today.
Let's practice a sentence with and without natural pauses to compare.
Without pauses, I went to the store, bought milk, bread, eggs.
That sounds rushed and confusing, hard to follow what you bought.
With pauses, I went to the store, bought milk, bread, and eggs.
Much better. Each item is clear and easy to understand now.
Pauses create clarity and give your speech a natural rhythm and flow.
Let's talk about learning from native speakers by watching and listening carefully.
The best way to sound natural is to expose yourself to natural English speech daily.
Watch TV shows, movies, YouTube videos, and listen to podcasts like this.
Pay attention to how native speakers actually talk, not textbook English always.
Notice their contractions, their pauses, their intonation patterns, and their expressions used.
Try to imitate what you hear. It's called shadowing technique in learning.
Shadowing means repeating what you hear immediately after hearing it clearly today.
This helps train your mouth and brain to produce natural sounds.
You can also record yourself and compare to native speakers honestly.
This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's incredibly helpful long term.
You'll notice differences you weren't aware of before recording yourself speaking clearly.
Now let's discuss common mistakes that make English sound robotic and unnatural clearly.
One big mistake is translating directly from your native language word for word.
Each language has its own structure and expressions that don't translate perfectly.
In English, we say I'm hungry, not I have hunger, like some languages say there.
Another mistake is using overly complex grammar when simple is better.
You don't need to use present perfect when simple past works fine.
Native speakers often use simpler grammar in casual conversation than textbooks teach.
Like saying, did you eat instead of have you eaten already today?
Both are correct, but the first sounds more natural in casual talk.
Also, avoid being too polite in casual situations with friends and family.
Saying, would you be so kind as to, sounds weird with friends.
Just say can you or even could you for polite requests normally.
Save the very formal language for business or academic situations only there.
Let's talk about cultural context because it affects natural speech too.
Different English-speaking countries have different expressions and styles of speaking clearly today.
American English is different from British English in many ways, actually significantly.
Australians have their own slang and expressions that are unique to them.
The key is to be consistent with one variety of English.
Don't mix American and British expressions randomly in the same conversation awkwardly.
Pick one and stick with it for consistency and natural sound.
You can learn about cultural differences by consuming media from that country.
If you want to sound American, watch American shows and movies regularly.
If you prefer British English, watch BBC programs and British content daily.
Now let's discuss practicing with real people, not just alone or textbooks.
You can study grammar alone, but speaking requires actual conversation with others.
Find language exchange partners online or in your local community nearby.
Apps like HelloTalk or Tandem connect you with native speakers globally, worldwide.
Practice having real conversations about real topics that interest you genuinely.
Don't just practice textbook dialogues about buying groceries repeatedly over and over.
Talk about your hobbies, your opinions, your experiences, and your life stories.
Real conversations force you to think on your feet naturally and quickly.
You'll make mistakes, and that's perfectly okay and expected when learning.
Native speakers make mistakes too. They're part of natural speech always.
Let's talk about confidence because it affects how natural you sound overall.
If you're nervous and hesitant, you'll sound less natural to listeners.
Confidence comes from practice and accepting that mistakes will happen sometimes, definitely.
Don't apologize constantly for your English level or accent you have naturally.
Native speakers usually don't care about small errors in casual conversation.
They care more about understanding your message and connecting with you.
Speak with energy and enthusiasm, even if you're not perfect yet.
Enthusiasm covers a multitude of grammar sins. Trust me on that.
That's very true. Passionate speakers are engaging regardless of errors. Let's discuss listening skills because they're connected to speaking naturally well.
Good listeners become good speakers because they absorb natural patterns unconsciously.
Listen actively to how native speakers structure their sentences in real time.
Notice what words they stress, where they pause, how they express emotions.
All of this information trains your ear and eventually your mouth.
Active listening means focusing completely on what you're hearing without distractions around.
Don't just hear the words, try to understand the feeling behind them.
This deeper level of listening improves your natural speaking tremendously over time.
Now let's talk about using storytelling to practice natural English speech.
Stories are a natural way humans communicate across all cultures and languages.
When you tell a story, you naturally use varied sentence structures.
You use past tense, dialogue, descriptive words, and emotional language together.
Practice telling simple stories about your day or past experiences regularly.
Start with so, yesterday, or last week to begin your story.
Then describe what happened using natural, chronological order of events clearly today.
Add your feelings and reactions to make it more engaging for listeners.
For example, and then I was like, no way, that's crazy.
That sounds much more natural than I was surprised by that occurrence.
See how casual language creates a more authentic storytelling voice always?
Let's discuss slang because it's part of natural speech patterns today.
Slang changes quickly and varies by age, region, and social group.
You don't need to use slang, but understanding it is helpful.
Common slang like cool, awesome, or yeah are pretty universal now.
But be careful with very new slang that might sound forced.
If you're older, using teenage slang might sound unnatural and awkward.
It's better to sound like yourself than to force trendy words.
Learn slang that fits your personality and age group naturally and comfortably.
Now let's talk about email and text versus spoken English differences.
Written English is often more formal than spoken English in daily life.
But texting to friends uses very casual, abbreviated language regularly now.
In spoken English, you can be somewhere between formal and text casual.
The key is matching your formality level to the situation appropriately.
With friends, be casual. With your boss, be more professional, always.
But even professional doesn't mean robotic and overly formal unnecessarily today.
You can still use contractions and natural language in professional settings.
Just avoid slang and very casual expressions at work or school.
Now let's discuss breathing and how it affects your speaking naturalness.
Proper breathing helps you speak in complete sentences without running out.
Many learners take shallow breaths and then rush to finish sentences.
Instead, take a deeper breath before speaking to support your voice.
This allows you to speak at a natural pace without gasping.
Breathe naturally between sentences, just like in your native language, always.
Don't hold your breath while speaking because it creates tension and stress.
Relaxed breathing leads to relaxed, natural-sounding speech patterns every time.
Now let's talk about accent reduction versus natural speaking priorities here.
Many learners worry too much about having a perfect native accent.
But accent is less important than speaking naturally and being understood clearly.
Many native speakers have regional accents that vary widely across countries.
An American from Texas sounds different from someone from New York.
British accents vary hugely between London, Scotland, and other regions there.
So having an accent from your native language is completely normal.
Focus on clarity and natural rhythm rather than perfect native pronunciation.
People will understand you better if you sound natural with an accent.
Then, if you sound robotic, trying to have a perfect accent.
Embrace your unique voice and focus on communication, not perfection always.
Let's discuss common phrases that make you sound like a native speaker.
Instead of I think that, try I feel like in casual conversation.
Instead of very good, try pretty good or really good more naturally.
Say kind of or sort of instead of somewhat in speech.
These little adjustments make a huge difference in how natural you sound.
Also use like as a filler sometimes, though don't overuse it.
For example, it was like really crowded at the mall today.
Native speakers, especially younger ones, use like very frequently in speech.
Now, let's talk about humor because it makes conversations more natural.
Don't be afraid to make jokes or laugh during conversations with others.
Humor shows personality and makes you more relatable to people around you.
Even if your joke isn't perfect, laughing together creates connection.
Self-deprecating humor, making fun of yourself, works well in English culture.
Like, I'm terrible at cooking. I burned water last week somehow.
Haha, that's funny and relatable. Everyone has weaknesses in certain areas.
Humor relaxes everyone and makes conversations more enjoyable and memorable, always.
Let's discuss adapting your speech to different situations flexibly and appropriately.
Natural speakers adjust their language based on context and audience present.
With children, you use simpler words and more animated expressions clearly.
With elderly people, you might speak slower and more clearly than usual.
With friends your age, you can be very casual and relaxed.
This flexibility shows social awareness and communication skills overall, strong ones today.
Practice switching between different levels of formality to build this skill.
Now let's talk about ending conversations naturally without being awkward or rude.
Many learners struggle with how to exit a conversation politely and smoothly.
Don't just walk away or say goodbye abruptly without warning them.
Give a signal first, like, well, I should get going now, actually.
Or, I don't want to keep you, I know you're busy today.
This prepares the other person for the conversation to end soon.
Then you can say, it was great talking to you. Really enjoyed it.
Followed by, let's catch up again soon if you want to meet again.
These closing phrases make the ending feel natural and friendly, always, clearly.
Let's discuss dealing with misunderstandings naturally in conversations with people.
Even native speakers sometimes don't understand each other completely in discussions.
It's okay to say, sorry, what did you say? Or come again, please.
Or could you repeat that when you didn't catch something said?
Natural speakers ask for clarification all the time without embarrassment or shame.
It shows you're listening and care about understanding them correctly and fully.
Don't just nod and pretend you understood when you didn't hear.
That can lead to confusion and awkward situations later in the conversation.
Now, let's wrap up with final tips for speaking naturally every day.
Remember, natural speech is about connection, not perfection in English language.
Use contractions, show emotions, and vary your intonation patterns throughout speech.
Ask questions, use reaction words, and pause at appropriate natural moments.
Learn from native speakers by listening actively and practicing regularly with others.
Don't be afraid of mistakes, they're part of the learning journey.
Speak with confidence and enthusiasm, even if you're still learning daily.
Practice telling stories, having real conversations, and expressing yourself authentically always.
Most importantly, be yourself and let your personality shine through your words.
You don't need to sound like a native speaker exactly, just naturally.
Your unique voice and perspective are valuable. Embrace them fully today.
Thank you so much for listening to Speak Next English podcast today here.
We hope these tips help you speak more naturally in English.
Please subscribe to our channel for more helpful English learning content.
Share this episode with friends who want to improve their speaking skills.
Leave a comment telling us your biggest challenge with speaking naturally today.
We read all comments and love hearing from our amazing community.
Practice these techniques every day and you'll see improvement very soon.
Remember, speaking naturally takes time, patience, and lots of practice daily.
Don't get discouraged if you don't sound perfect right away, immediately.
Every conversation is an opportunity to improve and grow your skills.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep speaking English confidently.
Until next time, speak naturally and be yourself always in conversations.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode of Speak Next English podcast.
Take care and remember, you've got this. Keep going strong always.